already in, and this stage is set in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is our Jersey Mike's day today, so we're here
Yep.
eating. So don't mind us. I mean, we're going to be pulling away to eat sandwiches and stuff like that. Chucks, I'm hungry as I could be. So
Cookies, chips,
yeah,
sandwiches.
Roger Goodell is speaking right now in the opening of the first round of the first pick. And the first round's a big deal. I mean, it's always been a big deal in NFL football. The first round is for the cream of the crop. It's for the blue chippers, kind of just like college recruiting, where you get these 5-star and high end 4-star blue chippers. You get into that first round of that NFL draft, you're going to be set up.
Yep. The life's changing event when
It
you
is a life changing event
get
for these
picked in
young
that first
men. Some
round,
of
no
them
matter
are
what team picked you.
20, 21. Some of them even younger than that because some of them came out of high school early and they started in college. So they got that Pittsburgh spirit right now with us. And I love that Pittsburgh Steelers spirit because, Pittsburgh has always been my adopted team, other than the Miami Dolphins, of course. So they got Cam Hayward right here. He's a current
They
Pittsburgh
got Mel
player. He's
Blunt
been with
coming out
Pittsburgh
now.
forever.
Yeah.
Big Cam. So we welcome all our viewers on YouTube as we speak. I'm going to go ahead and good thing about Cam Hayward, he's lasted such a long time in this league, man. It's like playing defensive lineman. He has defied gravity, to be honest with you. He's defied gravity because you know how much punishment a defensive lineman and an offensive lineman take year in and year out. And you're butting heads with guys every play, pretty much, right?
Yeah, they got Mel Blunt on here, Ben Swan.
Yeah, Mel Blunt got his
Russell
cowboy hat
out.
on. He keep a cowboy hat.
Big Ben coming out now.
Hines Ward.
Mm-hmm.
My guy, I love me some Hines
there's
Ward.
the blue tag Terry
Georgia
Bradshaw coming out now.
Huh?
The blue tag Terry Bradshaw is coming out now with them bad wheels. You see how he hobbling across the stage?
Yeah, well, if you took as much punishment as he did when he was a player, I've seen literally the guy flipped over on his back.
But for the most part, all those guys appear to be in some good condition. None of them ain't fat and sloppy. All of them in great shape. If I hadn't seen Big Ben in a long time, man, it's good to see him out here.
I haven't seen Ben Roethlisberger for a while either. He's been kind of like laying low. He's been low key. He's got a podcast, or at least he's on a podcast. I know, right off the top.
Yeah, but that place packed to the max, man. It's good to see everybody coming out there and enjoying this night because this is a special night. It's going to make some millionaires tonight, baby. Well, make them richer because most of these guys got that NIL money and they're rich already. But this is going to add to it. Yep. Yeah, man. So this is a beautiful night, man. We getting on this Jersey stuff and having some chips. And a few cookies.
That's right. And we give our viewers the opportunity to go ahead and chat with us tonight if you feel good with chatting with us. We're expecting Freebird Tony to join us because he was excited about us doing this thing tonight.
All right. Ready to get from Freebird in some time.
Listen, I love me some Freebird Tony, by the way.
So, Freebird need to come chime in on some of these good Italian songs.
Yeah, because what I want to do is pick you and Najee's brain and find out where some of these, but we suspect some of these players are going to end up,
It's hard to kind of pinpoint it at this point now because this is the night where they're going to be wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, this is going to be, I suspect this is going to be a wheeling and dealing night. Mm-hmm. These general managers have planned for this day for quite some time. And here's Mendoza in his living room Or actually, he's in Carl Gables.
You're
So
already crying.
probably. Well, it's a special thing. I mean, when you get picked number
Yeah,
one and you get that call, because he's still going to get the call. It's still going to be a normal process, you know, for him to get the call.
man, he had quite a year, man.
He did.
He
And you know what? That
Heisman
hard
Trophy
work
winner
paid
and a
off for
national
him.
championship.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for him and the Mendoza family. As I said before, I think he's a talented young man. I think that he had the tools to win. If he would have stayed at Cal, he would have already he wouldn't even had to worry about no national championship. Wasn't gonna be no national championship at Cal, right?
Well, it's your fate, man, and decision making, and he
Right.
made a lot of good decisions, and that's why he's in this position that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to staying home and not coming to Pittsburgh. That was
Mm-hmm.
a decision that guys make when they want to be around their friends and their loved ones, because when you go over to somewhere where they're having the ceremony itself, you don't have that interaction with your family members no more. You have your mom and dad there, but all your real close relatives and stuff like that, you can't.
Exactly.
They won't be around you.
That's right.
Yeah, with the comfort of your home, or you at some kind of hall or something in southwest Miami.
Right.
Everybody is invited.
And you know what is good about what we talked about talent, and when someone discovers that they have talent and they get more confident as time go along. That's what we're
Yeah.
looking at, and that's what we witnessed with Mendoza, because
Mm-hmm.
he showed signs of being very talented when he was at Cal with that game against Miami. I mean, he
Yeah.
performed extremely well against Miami's defense and that pass rush that Miami had when Miami played Cal up in Northern California. So the Raiders is just picked. We know who they picked. We know that they picked Mendoza. So they should pan to him receiving the phone call right now, I would think. They're waiting on the phone to ring. Oh, without a doubt. His performance this year, um, because I'm gonna go in and look at some of his numbers, but we all got an idea what he did with the numbers in 2025. You know, he's got a 92 score overall. I mean, for his performance level, when it comes to his football IQ, being able to read a defense and being able to react quickly
Right.
on when he takes that two-step drop or when he takes that three-step drop, or if he's in the shotgun, he's got more options anyway,
Yes,
right?
because you can see the field more
And you can see a bigger picture of the
on the
field,
field. Yes, sir.
and then you can make those reads, and then you pick the receiver that comes open the quickest. A lot of times, I mean, he's 6'4", 236 pounds, so that's to
Yes,
me
another
prototype
thing,
NFL size quarterback, right?
perfect size for NFL. But
Yeah,
you see
absolutely.
what's mind-boggling to me of the guts and his willing to take on tackles and stuff like this, man. Because usually, once these guys get in that backfield and he have no choice and he don't have a receiver open, he take off running, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's the fastest quarterback, but at least he don't take these yards lost. He have
Correct.
enough wisdom to say, here it is, it's coming to rush, I'm gonna get out of here. And he take off running, and that prevent him taking a loss. So that's a
Right.
good quarterback IQ to see him doing something, having a positive down instead of a negative where you lose yards. Yeah.
Correct.
There
Right.
it is right there. There it is. The Raiders picked him.
I think your feed may be a little faster than mine, or vice versa. You know, so as a viewer, bear with us because one of us might see it a lot faster than the other. So It looks like Goodell is getting ready to put that pick in.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. This is joyful to see a family like that,
Oh, he's got
especially
a
when you
gorgeous
have a
family. He's
close-knit
got a beautiful
family,
family,
man.
man.
And one thing about these Hispanics and Cubans in particular, they're really family
They're
oriented.
very tight knit. They're very
Yeah.
close as family units.
So there's a bunch of them in there celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got so much to celebrate for, man. And when you see a guy that made the type of decisions he's made throughout his career in high school to college and taking an ultimate step to go over to Indiana when he was already at Cal. Cal is a good school also. When the University of Miami passed him up or didn't pick him or whatever the case may be, he just missed that. They missed out on him. But who's to say he would have been as successful if he would have went to the University of Miami? But and that's why I say it's the choices that you make. And it panned out great for him, and it's remarkable to see this guy get to where he is, and he made some of the good choices, and he had a good coach behind him, and he's always had good support system, and all that stuff go hand in hand to be where you are as an athlete. You need that support system from your parents, your friends, your family, your community, and you see it, DC, when we went down there to Columbus High School during the national championship game, and you see how they was honoring him, had a banner along the whole side of the school, had the fence lined up with his name on there, had symbols of the Heisman Trophy there, all that stuff, man, and they show the appreciation for this young man. And so this is a beautiful thing to see. Now, I cannot wait for the season to come in the camp and see all this stuff go, man, because this is that new step and that another level when you coming throughout the ranks of high school and college and to get to where you are right now. So this is what these little young kids dream of. And here's a dream come true tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great analogy what you just broke down because he will see himself just in practice with the amount of speed and talent that these
Yes.
players have at the professional football level, and
Mhm.
he'll probably he's just going to have to get acclimated as he goes along, and the games are going to be even a lot more challenging for him because the opposite
Yes.
team they're not going to let up on him. They're
No,
going to be trying to get rid of him
of
and get
course
him
they
to the
are.
ground, right?
They're gonna say, okay, to see whether you was worthy for that Heisman Trophy in the national championship. You're gonna get tested, so you're gonna might as well do the best you can as an athlete and show them that, yeah, I was worthy of it. This is the reason why I'm here. This is the reason why I'm the number one pick. This is the reason why I was the most sought after guy in the draft. So, well, he just got to go out there and show his talent. That's what he's got to do.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah,
So it
this
looked like
Italian
the
club is on
Jets
hit,
is up
baby.
right now. And the next two best picks is either David Bailey or Arvell Reese. These are edge rushers. These guys are defenders. And I don't think they can go wrong with either, to be honest with you, with the talent level that these guys have.
Was a receiver right now. I think it's the Jets coming up next to pick.
Well, the Jets are already on the clock right now. But they just put their pick in, so I'm reading it right here. By the way, I'm looking at TV right here next to me. So oh, look like Freebird Tony has just joined the party. Welcome, Freebird Tony. Thank you for joining us. We are checking out this pick that the Jets just put in. Um, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to just make a wild guess and say David Bailey, but Arvell Reese wouldn't be a bad pick either.
Okay, the commissioner's up on the stage now. Man, what Roger Goodell's wearing? What kind of shoes he wearing?
Oh, Roger Goodell has gotten casual over the last few years. Roger Goodell is like He don't be suited and booted down like a
David
lot of these
Bailey.
other commissioners, right?
Yeah, David Bailey from Texas Tech.
Yeah, David Bailey is the
Edge
next
rusher.
best pick, and then you have. I mean, you have quite a few guys that are good picks for them, but Freebird said Reese, Arvell Reese. Looked like they picked David Bailey, like I predicted, right?
Yeah.
But let me just say this: that was just a wild, out of my brain guess that David Bailey would get that pick, because if you look at Texas Tech's defense this past season,
Mm-hmm.
they were super aggressive, they were super fast, and they got to the ball extremely fast. I mean, until their situation got ended really fast in that college playoff. But if you look at their defense led by Bailey and Jacob, let's see, because Patrick Mahomes went to Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm. So DC, did you knock out some chips over there, man? And
I didn't eat the chip. Jacob Rodriguez, by the way, and he's another really solid as a rock player, and it looks like his current team is Texas Tech, so he might be coming back to Texas Tech, because I would have known if he would have been up for this draft, he would definitely be in the conversation for at least a top 10 pick for sure. Jacob Rodriguez, that's who I'm talking about now. But David Bailey, he could help shore up that New York Jets defense, and they need it. Trust me, they need it.
David Bailey got enormous speed coming from the sides, man.
Oh yeah, he's a
He's
super
gonna
quick
give
edge rusher.
these quarterbacks a real.
He
treat
always
every
get
night.
that first step on that tackle. I mean, that offensive tackle is usually always a step. They showing highlights of him right now. See there, he's already in there on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback don't even have a chance to really get set. See, this quarterback done his drop, and Bailey has already beat the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's already beat him. So here is another situation, and he did an inside move on this guy. Now watch, that's just amazing what this young man can do.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
They're gonna have to double him up.
Oh, for sure. You would have to get a fullback or a running back to come in and serve as interference to keep him at least that second level block. You got to get that second set of pads on him. He might be that first set, but you got to go to that next level, right?
Yep.
And once again, these young men, a lot of them discover early in life, when they are playing even little league, when they're playing high school, that they have the tools and they have the talent to get this thing done, to get to the NFL and to make money and to change their families' lives, if I may say.
Well, if they don't think it for themselves, if you be consistent and persistent about the sport and recognize later on that you're just good at it, and just fans alone, even at Little League, that's why, when you gift it like that, you'll find out early, because people are going to praise you, because everybody don't have this skill.
That's
you
right.
got people that really want to play football, but they just don't have it. And it's a special talent that you got to have.
It really
man.
is.
I mean, even from one position to the next, you actually got to have a great skill at this, man, because, a receiver can't be a lineman, and a lineman can't be a receiver. So you specialize in your own private little way of what you do, and you grow good at it. And when you're a little leaguer, you see that early, man, when you're running touchdowns, or either if you're a linebacker, you cleaning these little kids' clock that's 8, 9 years old like you are, And then, of course, after the game, how many times your parents tell you, "Oh, good game, Junior, a good game, buddy." You know what I mean? And then
That's right.
And then you always gonna have the fans out there, the dudes in there say, "Hey man, they be putting bounties on little kids when they're young like that." See,
Yes.
if you knock this joker out, here's your $100, and you don't think they're gonna be looking how to do it.
That's right.
So yeah, it's early on when you realize this is what I want to do, man. And then once you hit the high school ranks, and boy, it just takes off 100 miles an hour when you see all the fans and the girls and the cheerleaders and the band they playing, and then you start getting awards from it, and this is a high that you get, man. Because I know when I was playing, man, when that band came out there, I mean, whew, the band hype you up, bro.
It was on. Big time, right?
Mm-hmm. And then you get to school on the Monday after having a good game on Friday night, everybody coming up to you and congratulating you on the win, and then your name is in the newspaper and all of this type of stuff, and then you're on TV when you see yourself on the news and saying, "Damn, this guy just busted 100 yards," and it's a high that you get and you love it.
That's right. Yep. So it looks like Jeremiah Love is sitting here. They have the cameras panned on him right now.
Look like the Cardinals going to get him, huh?
Right. And you know what? The Cardinals need a shifty running back like Jeremiah Love. They need to put some life, some spice of life into that team. Man.
Oh man, Jeremiah Love, that's my dude, man.
That's your guy.
As a running back. Yeah, man.
So the Cardinals pick is in. And Jeremiah Love should be the next most best pick for them.
You're talking about he's got some decent speed too now. He's run a 4.340, and he's 212 pounds.
And he's got good vision.
That's some decent size, man, as a tailback
as well.
Yep. That's decent size as a tailback, man. Perfect size as a tailback.
Yep. Jeremiah Love.
Yep.
So here's a question that I have for you, Isaiah. Do you think Jeremiah Love, guys like him, is bringing that dynamic back to the running back position where you got a running back? I mean, this is the highest I've seen a running back picked in quite some time, right?
Yeah.
I can't recall a running back going at number 3.
Not
usually
in quite
it's always
some time.
A quarterback or defensive edge rusher, defensive lineman, or even, wide receivers. But
yes,
receivers have arrived.
Yeah, DC. This is sweet for a running back. I was a running back, and when I see a running back go this high, and he's an elite running back. He's a special guy. He was also in the rankings for the Heisman because you can't deny him. He's just a shifty. He can catch. He can run. He can block. He can do everything on the football field. So, a team that's like this, where the Cardinals want that extra added special guy on offense, this is what you do. You pick a running back that can either throw too, because I've seen them where they giving him little screens out where he can catch a screen pass well, he can throw. I've seen them give him passes where he think he's going to run a 8-hole, and he turns around and he tosses the ball down the field. So they just got a great running back, man, and I'm glad to see a running back go this early in the draft. Yeah.
199 carries in the 2025 for his stats. 199 carries, 1,372 yards, 18 touchdowns. Average carry was 7 yards a carry. So if you had Jeremiah Love, I mean, your chances of continuation of first downs was just in the higher numbers, near almost the 80 percentile or higher. Because if he chunking 7 yards a bump, all you need, I mean, it only takes 10 yards to get a first down, right?
Of course. And the thing is, you feed this guy 2 passes. You give two runs. You give him 2 runs, you almost set up yourself for a first down at his average.
You do.
And then you can gamble on throwing the ball down the field.
Oh, he's always good for opening up play action, and he can catch it out of the backfield like they're showing right here. They're showing a highlight of him catching it out of the backfield.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing that was scary for him when you got a player like that can break a game open, because you looking at the fact that this guy is so elusive too. DC, you talking about 4.3 speed as well, and you ain't catching no guy if he's got a couple steps on you at a 4.3 40. You're not catching him, man. So the best thing to do is not let him get started like that. You get him when he coming through traffic, you nail him then and get him down. Because once you get on that sideline, you ain't catching him. And that's the one thing I love about a breakaway running back.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be in there and you know how to cut and use your eyes to get around tackles. But him, he runs great in traffic, and then he's got that afterburner speed when he hit the sideline, man. And this is what I love about good running backs like that. You know, when you got the good eyes and you can come through there and you navigate through traffic and then take off down the sideline. And some guys just, I mean, fullbacks, the ones that's slow, they just gonna just pile it and bang and not coming through the line. Mm-hmm. And they don't even think about going down the sideline because they don't have that speed. They looking for somebody to run over. But a breakaway running back like that with 4.3 speed, the only thing he want to do is navigate his way through that line of scrimmage and then take off down the side. And exactly. I don't recall anybody running them down.
You know who he reminds me of, and I firmly believe that when Ricky Waters was at Notre Dame, Ricky Waters was elusive like that, and he was quick and fast, and you know, he just had a dynamic about him, and Ricky Waters went on to be successful at the NFL level, playing for Philadelphia and the San Francisco 49ers. He played for quite some time in his career.
Yeah. Ricky Waters ran hard too, man.
He did. So to have Jeremiah Love get drafted like this, it's really beautiful, you know. And he'll keep that legacy going with Notre Dame running backs, because they've had some good running backs. You know, you look at Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis was a big train like a runner, a big truck type runner. You know, ran with power, ran low. I mean, his center of gravity was really hard to tackle him back when he was playing for Notre Dame.
Yeah. Here comes the Titans pick.
And the Titans is coming up next.
Well, I tell you one thing, Ward got another receiver to throw a ball to.
That's for sure.
Got Coordinator Tate.
Yeah.
Man, look at Drew Rosenhaus in there, smelling all around the place.
Well, you know, these sports agents, going to be right there in the thick of it, right?
Well, you know, one thing about that is you know, by him coming over there, you got Ward with an extra added guy to throw the ball to. Excuse me. Yeah, see, this is what I love about a good coach, man. You go out there and get you a good quarterback.
That's right.
And then you start surrounding yourself with an arsenal of receivers. And so now you get a chance to get a team that can gel together when they're youthful, when they're young, and they grow together. And that makes a powerful team. You see, and I don't know why most guys not strategizing like that. Man, the playbook that Jimmy Johnson had when he came into the NFL, that never goes away. That youthfulness, that powerfulness, and that speed and that agility, none of that stuff you can't coach. And I don't know why people don't just use that as a freaking blueprint to build your team.
They should.
The stuff that Jimmy Johnson did, it holds true right now as you want to win a championship. And that's what, that was one of my arguments a couple of weeks ago when you and Najee and I was talking about the Dolphins rebuild.
Right.
That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. I mean, they took all those top-heavy salaries and they shaved them off to be in a position that they're in now to just grab all of these young players and just let them figure it out together. You don't have no old antique blue tags where you have
And then they grow
guys that's
together,
going
right?
out
You
the
can grow
door, and
these
then you got a
players.
bunch of few young guys. You send all of these antiques out of there at one time. Just shave them off, cut them off,
Right.
clip them, get them out of there, and then it's cheap because you got all of these guys with these rookie contracts, and then just build your team together, man.
That's how
All
you
of them is on
construct
the
a
same
team, right?
accord, DC, and that's how you build you a solid team that's going to be, there for quite some time. You got a staying power, so to speak, of players where they get a chance to play together 5, 6, 7, 8 years together, and
Right.
and that's how you build a winning program. But when you got a bunch of old people shifting around, now they want to get a big fat bag, and then you don't know whether you're going to have them next year and all this kind of stuff, man. You just setting yourself up for failure because then these guys got attitude. They holding out. They don't want to play for you. That's hard
That's
because
right.
it's just a disaster.
One thing after another.
Yes, one thing after the other. But if you got some young guys who's coming in, they're fresh. They got these fresh legs and they're ready to show out because these guys, man, they hungry as hell, DC. They can't wait to get on
Well,
this
they
field. I'm telling
ambitious
you,
too.
man,
They are
when I
very ambitious.
when I see these guys coming to camp early, I was like, wow, this is what I'm talking about. Look at Harbaugh. Harbaugh is up there now.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this is some of the fun, probably the funnest nights of your life, man. When you getting ready to get picked in the NFL. Wow.
But Ohio State, as much as they win a lot, they're elite program, and they just restock, man. It's like, you look at Carnell taking, you look at the long line of receivers and running backs that came out of Ohio State. And I firmly believe when Sonny Styles comes in, because I'm going to talk a little bit about Sonny Styles today, who was a linebacker for them, for the Ohio State Buckeyes. The whole thing is, it's linebacker university. To me, it's a wide receiver university, and you can even equate running backs in there. That's Eddie George went there. The great Archie Griffin, he went to Ohio State, won the Heisman Trophy twice, back to back, I believe.
Yeah, and when you see a player that does that, you know how many kids who probably want to go to that school just because of that.
That's
when
right.
they see a guy like Archie Griffin win the Heisman back to back. Just think about it. Even Georgia, when Herschel Walker was there, they were just guys just growing up, just dreaming of playing for the University of Georgia. And the same thing happened with the University of Miami. The same thing happened to the University of Alabama. When they win those championships back to back like that, and these little kids on Saturday mornings watching these games, when they're in high school, they dream of being on a team like that.
That's right.
I know it for a fact. When you see University of Miami with all that swag they had in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, man, when they were just reloading, because it was just the glit and the glamour of being in South Florida and Miami. And then you had Uncle Luke out there was hot as his music was hot. He was on the sideline. He was doing videos and stuff, and people was so could relate to it. And all the clubs was letting these guys in. They were underage, but they would get in. They had more popularity than the Dolphins, man.
Yeah, the Dolphins players be standing out there couldn't get in.
Yes, they can't get in the club. But yeah, man, those were some fun moments, man, for these kids, and now to see how things has changed, drastically changed in the way things are being done now. And but the money is more plentiful than ever.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. This is a special night, man, and guys gonna go like some of these guys are went to bed broke, gonna go to sleep rich.
Well, some of them actually never was broke, because if you look at how NIL is currently working, some of these players were making technically what a rookie contract.
I'm not talking about them.
Right. You're just
I
talking
know
about
what's
players
going on with
after the
them. I'm
first
talking
and
about
second
the other
round,
ones
correct?
who didn't have no big NIL contract.
Right.
Yeah. New York is coming up now. The Giants coming up.
So the Giants had talked about Jeremiah Love. His name popped up that John Harbaugh would have been receptive to the Giants drafting a running back, but I knew Jeremiah Love wasn't going to be there. You know, he wasn't going to be in position. They weren't going to be in position unless they traded up to get him, right? Because we knew a team like the Cardinals was gonna jump all over it. You know. So they coming out with the next pick right now.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Are these teams one good decision away from competing for playoff berths and opportunities to go to the Super Bowl with the right type of picks and meshing that in with free agency, because you have to be able to manage both of them now. You just can't do one or the other, right? Like they used to do back in the day when we were young.
Yeah.
You could use free agency. You didn't even need to have a high draft pick, but on the opposite side of that, you could have a high draft pick, but you didn't use free agency. I think the teams that did really well was the teams that balanced out.
Edge rusher. Ohio State got another player to go in. So,
you've seen it already because, like I say, Arvell Reese.
Yeah,
I would think would be the next best thing for a team that wants an edge rusher.
Yeah, but DC, getting to your question, man, it's just a lot of teams are one or two players away. That one or two special players away. You just look at how we cover most of those games last year. Just think about the Ravens, for instance. They were one or two players away. Not even one or two players away, just a play away.
Yeah,
it's just
no doubt about it.
They miss it by the skin of your teeth.
Right.
And then you go out there and get a breakaway running back or a good receiver or edge rusher. And that could be the difference between you being home or you advancing your season into the playoffs. So, man, this is a special night for this, to address issues that you was having throughout your season, address issues that you thought that whether it's a player hurt or a player got traded or player you just couldn't, afford to keep around on your team. Mm-hmm. So this is the night where you fix all of that stuff, whether it's through a trade or a draft, man, because it's all open out. It's an open field right now where you can address all your issues, man. Even if a team like my Miami Dolphins just got so much to live for. I mean, I'm just optimistic about the Dolphins because this night right here could set them up for 10 years, DC, with the amount of draft picks they're going to get and the people that they shaved off from Wardle to Tua and all these guys, and getting rid of Tariq Hill and all of this space that they got.
On this complete rebuild, right?
Yes, it's a complete rebuild. And this is the night to fix all of that stuff. And they can fix it. And I mean, I'm not saying fixing and going to the wins column right now, but they could damn sure set their future up for 10 years tonight. And I think they're going to do it because the way this GM, the head coach, has kind of opened up space and shaved off these top-heavy salaries, and Stephen Ross, who's blessed all of this for them to go ahead and do it and just get out of the way and let them have at it. That's what they're doing. They're doing their job, and you will see it. I mean, they brought a quarterback from Green Bay with them, so they say, okay, we got some stability at quarterback, and now we need to just surround him with a set of good receivers and and then build our line up and get ready to start winning for the future. And I'm gonna give them 2 solid years, and that third year they're gonna be ready to rock and roll, man. And I just cannot wait for them to get on the board to start picking these players to fill these spots that they've vacated those top heavy salaries. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to me to see how these players can add a lot of different elements to a team, like defenders and
Yes.
I mean, because what happens is when you have a very talented player like a Arvell Reese, you're looking at being able to have the luxury to play him in different spots, to move other defenders around, their strengths and everything else, right? I mean, if you're looking at it from that perspective as a defensive coordinator or even an offensive coordinator, if you have a wide receiver or running back or something, right?
Yes.
It just gives you that edge. It gives you that advantage that you're looking for.
Yeah, and this is what I love about like tonight, where you grabbing all of these young, talented people to add to your arsenal. And for Jeremiah Love, for instance, to move in the first round, that goes to show you that these teams are addressing things, because we were just talking about how running backs just sit and wait and may be a 5th round pick because you're trying to address something else, like linemen, where there's trenches is where you think you get defeated or win, or that's where your prosperity is. But if you already got that intact and you need a game breaker, you get Jeremiah Love and let him run out on the sideline on you, because you already got the bulls up front to move up these and open up these holes for you. Yeah. KC
so it looks like
Kansas
now. City's pick is in, and I believe they swapped places with Cleveland, or at least they traded up to get Francis Malgoa out of Miami. Or at least Francis Malgoa is the next best pick. And Andy Reid loved big offensive linemen, running.
They got Mansour Delane is from LSU, just got picked.
Mansour Delane. So that helps the Chiefs secondary.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Francis Malgoa earlier because it popped up on the screen, but the Chiefs can use a secondary because they actually traded Trent. They traded this guy to the Los Angeles Rams. Ex-Chiefs. Trent McDuffie. I couldn't think of McDuffie's last name, and he was an All-Pro player in this Chiefs secondary, and this would be a good pick for them because this kid he's quick, he's fast, and he's got really good IQ. He's got really good football IQ. I'm looking at some of the highlights right now, and he doesn't give up much on the route, so he sticks on a receiver kind of like glue, as far as what I've seen in the past when he's played. Because I saw LSU play a few games last year.
They run some plays now with him playing against Clemson, and that dude is he's remarkable how he sticks, and I mean he don't give you no whole lot of cushion. This right here is confidence at its highest, DC. When you say a guy like that, I mean that's one of the reasons why I was so crazy about Deion Sanders when he were playing, because he got right up on you, man. He wasn't giving you no cushion where you can catch the ball at all. I mean, these guys give you.
He was a press corner, and you need corners like that. You need press corners. And they don't have a lot of them. Not at all. In the younger generation,
they're too afraid of getting burned, DC. Yeah. So they're gonna give you cushion where you won't run past them. But when you got speed and you got a way of stopping and breaking on the ball, you can lock down a guy, and that's what this guy is doing. This Delane from LSU, he lock you down, man. He don't give you all that cushion where you can catch a 5-yard out or a 10-yard out, or you can go cross and catch the ball. He stick right on you and give you a good shove, and he freaking block the ball and either intercept it.
Right.
And that's a confident DB when you see them doing that, because they don't want to give you anything. I mean, some guys say, "Oh, I'll give them 5 yards." You get them, yeah, but you get a couple 5 yards, you got a first down.
Well, you know, the evolution of defenses have kind of changed around a little bit. So they don't play press coverage as much anymore. And that a lot of that has to do with the coach. I mean,
but that's
defensive
because the coach
coordinator
don't
and
have
how they play the
confidence.
different defenses, the 4-3 and the cover 2s and the shell coverage, where they basically what they do is they protect zones, like zones in an area. They don't press and have a man running with a man, because you know you're always at risk of something happening while you running with your back to a guy that's running directly towards you, the offensive guy, if he caught it, or a running back. So they
just
try
go on Bettis on there now, DC.
Right. Looks like Washington's pick is
Washington is
Commanders.
coming up, but he got Jerome Bettis and Lynn Swan coming
I would love to see the Commanders draft Mekhi Lemon, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Mekhi Lemon in a short jiffy, because Mekhi Lemon, he's a wide receiver out of USC, and the kid was phenomenal, you know. And I'm going to talk a little bit about him because he made some really good catches last year, and he played behind quite a few receivers before he really got an opportunity to stick out and play like he did last year. So here's Bettis, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Who you think they're gonna select, DC?
I would say the Commanders, they need a receiver, and I would say Mekhi Lemon is the next best thing. But then you got quite a few receivers that's coming out this year, so I'm not going to X out all these other receivers. You know, you have Jordan Tyson coming out of Arizona State, and you got several other.
They got a linebacker, DC. Wow, they got Ohio State. Sonny Styles.
Yeah, so they picked Styles then. Okay. Well,
unbelievable, man. Ohio State, man, they got 3 people to get picked already.
Well, Ohio State, year in and year out. That's how they do it, you know. And I'm going to be talking about Sonny Styles as well, because I'm showcasing 2 players.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles and Mekhi Lemon. Sonny Styles' father played, you know, football. And he comes from that pedigree. His brother played on the same defense on Ohio State. Lorenzo Styles Jr. and Lorenzo Styles Sr. So these kids can play. They grew up playing football. They watched their father play football. And it's just amazing that you have that foot. You're talking about 6'5", 244 pounds. They got him listed at now. Yeah. And he was all over the field.
He's tall, man. The 6'5" thing and a linebacker, that's pretty good size. DC.
That's big for a linebacker.
Yeah, man. 6'5",
they could, I mean, if you look at stand-up linebackers like him, that's pretty big.
Yeah, they got us. I think this is the interviewing his pops now. Washington.
By the way, Freebird Tony, I'm looking at some of your comments, and we appreciate you commenting on YouTube. I can't see the comments, so I'm looking at the comments inside of app right now. We appreciate everything. One of his comments was, Isaiah's making me hungry to watch you chow down. So don't do him like that, Isaiah. Don't do it.
Well, let me show him how I'm watching
Freebird Tony like that.
Freebird, I got a Pepsi. And I got some carrot juice, man. Yeah.
So if you look at Ohio State, like I said, Chris Spielman, Andy Katzenmoyer, I mean, these guys played top football as linebackers at Ohio State. I mean, it's to me, they always call Penn State linebacker university. I would say Ohio State for sure.
Yeah, they got Doug Williams in there. You got Doug Williams in the dugout over there.
think
look
he's
at
still in the front office, or he's
yeah,
still
yeah, he
connected
is.
with the front office.
Man, they got the Washington D.C. There's a river of that gold and burgundy in there, man. A whole sea of red and burgundy out there. I want to see how that's going to look when my Dolphins get ready to pick, man, because I don't know whether they have like a tailgate thing like everybody else is. Man, he has some kind of career at DC. They showing 100 tackles and 6 point something sacks in there, and that's remarkable as a linebacker because that shows this guy been stunting in there and blitzing that thing in there where he's nailing the quarterbacks. Lorenzo Styles is pops. You were saying,
Yeah,
right?
Lorenzo Styles played
Yeah.
linebacker in the early 2000s. He was
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Said he played 6 seasons, so
Yeah,
that's
he played
right.
for Atlanta, and he played for the St. Louis Rams as well when the Rams was still in St. Louis.
Boy, and he's not a slow guy either.
Oh, he's fast. I mean, him and his brother. I think his brother ran the fastest combine 40.
Okay, the Dolphins going to be coming up soon in the next 4 picks, DC. You got the Saints, the Browns in New York, and then the Dolphins. Yeah, but getting back to Styles here, man, 4.4 speed as a linebacker and that tall, that's like blazing speed.
And his brother ran a 4.2 and some change.
Ooh, that's world class.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, man. 4.2.
So here's some of the numbers for Sonny Styles. 5-star recruit out of high school. Elite two-way athlete because he played both ways. He had 88 tackles, 6 interceptions, all-state champion in basketball. Just a freak of nature for an athlete, man, to be his size and to have his abilities. And they don't come along very often like that. Ryan Shazier played at Ohio State, remember? His father, Vernon, was the chaplain for the Miami Dolphins. And his career got ended on a neck injury for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's another linebacker out of Ohio State. So Fernando Mendoza is posting on LinkedIn. So I guess he's LinkedIn. He's representing LinkedIn now because he did do that post, which is good. I mean, that's part of what NIL calls for, right? And then moving into the pro level, he'll have much more opportunities to have these type of commercials and promoting these products and stuff for different companies.
Yeah, one thing about him, I think he's got this standard where he's not going to just be taking anything comes his way. He's going to pick and choose what kind of
now for sure
thing he's going to endorse. Because he's already made this mark and he's got this certain type of image he want to portray. So he's not just going to be endorsing anything, just anything that comes his way.
Right.
Yeah.
And to make a correction here for Lorenzo Styles Sr., he didn't play at Ohio State, by the way. And I might have mentioned that he did play for Ohio State. But Lorenzo Styles Jr., for sure, because him and Sonny played on the same defense. They played against the Canes. They were that Miami offense ran rings around that Ohio State defense, and they just couldn't figure Miami out,
Yeah, who's coming up next? The Saints, I think.
I believe the New Orleans Saints is next, and they need a receiver. So I'm thinking Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. Great hands, great speed, great route runner.
They're talking about Chris Olave. Let's see.
Well, Oregon has got a receiver, technically a tight end out of Oregon, and he's
Mhm.
he's the next highest selection that I would think that would be
Here we go with
for
the Saints
sure.
now.
Kenyon Sadiq. Kenyon Sadiq is still on the board. 6'3", 241 pounds, playing
Mhm.
tight end. That's a great size for a tight end, by the way.
Here we go, DC, with the Saints pick. Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State.
Yeah, that's who I just mentioned, Jordan
Yeah,
Tyson. He
receiver.
would have been he was definitely a good he would be a good pick for them because they just drafted a quarterback last year. So they need somebody to throw it to, even though they got some good receivers on New Orleans roster. That receivers room is pretty good. Arizona State.
He's got great hands, man.
So they got Tyler Show, which they drafted last year, who was a quarterback for New Orleans. And Kellen Moore is the head coach. So you remember Kellen Moore was the
Yeah.
offensive coordinator under
The hell, how you
Mike McCarthy when Mike McCarthy was at Dallas. Kellen Moore was there, and then Kellen Moore ended up leaving and taking the job over at New Orleans.
I'm looking at the New Orleans Saints front office. I don't see any familiar faces over there.
No, they've changed completely. When Thomas Benson passed away, I think his wife, Gail, took over the team,
Mm-hmm.
and they look different now. They're not the same team you know, when they won the Super Bowl, when Drew
Yeah,
Brees and all those guys were
yeah.
there, and Jonathan Vilma and
Mm-hmm.
those guys on that team. It's just a completely different team now. Sean Payton was the head coach, of course.
This guy Jordan Tyson is broke down, man, crying and
Oh,
slobbing all over the place and shit.
well, if you getting ready to get paid like he getting ready to get paid, you be slobbing at the mouth too.
He's foaming out the mouth like a
You be
damn.
having foam and everything else coming out your mouth. I'd have to probably come console you.
He looking like a King
And
Corso,
then what
man.
I
It's
do is
slob.
to if I came to console you, I just get some cold water and throw on you.
Well, that's better than slobbing and messing up your suit. He looked like a King Corso walking down there slobbing all over the place.
This brother can play. This brother can play receiver. I saw him against Texas in the playoffs when they had that college football playoffs when Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. But
Yeah.
Texas, he did a number on Texas' secondary, and Texas had one of the fastest secondaries and one of the most aggressive secondaries I had seen in a long time. And he was making some big plays, even though he was injured from time to time in that game. So I think he'll work out for Kellen Moore over at New Orleans.
Man, it's
He's
amazing though. It's
strong. He
emotional.
runs great
And this
routes.
dude is so emotional, man. Wow. I was teasing about slobbing all over the place, but man, when you think about what we were just talking about earlier, as a little kid, and you see your dreams being fulfilled, it happens. It happens, man. Your emotions overcome you, no matter how hard you try to act and how tough you try to be. But when this moment comes, man, it's that emotion of happiness. It's totally reversed from going to a funeral where you freaking grieving over losing somebody. But
Yeah.
that same deep emotion for happiness when you see this degree of success comes your way. And all the hard work, you start thinking about all of those tour day practices in the hot sun in the summer
Yeah.
months, man, and woo, this thing
And
comes to
all
fruition
of it
for you.
pays off at the very
Yep.
end. And that doesn't matter whether you play in football. It doesn't matter whether you play in
No,
sport.
absolutely not.
Whatever you decide you want to do with your life as a human being, it's going to pay off for you if you put in the effort and if you put in the work. It's
Yeah.
going to pay off. Now, not 100% all the time, because I mean things are not perfect in this world, but I know if you determine to do something and you don't let nothing stop you from doing it, that's when you see these youngsters, and not just for football, but you see it for basketball. You see it for all other sports. And sports is a perfect example of what it takes. You know,
Yeah.
those 2-a-day practices, you get up in the morning, you spend a week, because when I was in high school back in the 80s, we spent the summer on campus a whole week. We had to
Yeah.
bring pillows and everything. We slept in the gym, and we
Mhm.
didn't go home because
Yeah.
they wanted us there 24/7. You
Cleveland
know,
Browns is up now.
you are currently listening to the DC Stewart Show podcast, along with my kinfolk Isaiah. We're
Yeah.
covering the NFL draft, real talk, real debate, no ESPN script. Stay with us. We're currently down on, and they just said the Browns pick is in. It could easily be Makai Lemon for Shador to throw it to.
Yeah, they got a tackle from Utah.
Okay, so they often a tackle, right? A offensive tackle from
311
Utah.
pounds. 6'5", 200,
I think I know who
311
you're
pounds.
talking about. He was high up on the list. That
Yeah,
Utah
he like a
tackle.
big Samoan look like.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Spencer Bourneau. And he was a damn good offensive lineman too. Yeah, he's at home as well. Got his Hawaiian gear on.
Yeah.
Probably came out of Hawaii, because a lot of those players for Utah, they tend to get out of Hawaii.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's opened up some huge holes for those running backs to run through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What you were, to your point, DC, when we were talking about the kids getting drafted and all this type of stuff and hard work. I always allude hard work as an effort where it is not in vain, no matter what you think.
No.
Because even if you don't make it as a professional football player, that hard work and the grit and those days where you didn't want to do it, you did anyway. Those days
Mhm.
get you prepared for your life, because you're going to always have a job when you don't want to get up and go to work. But you know what at hand is that light bill, car note, but that mortgage payment has to be paid. So you got to get your rear end up and go do your thing, man. And so
That's right.
it gives you
It
that extra
prepares you. It's
motivation.
preparation. It
Oh, we
prepares you
got the
for
big
those.
lineman from Miami. The tackle from Miami just got picked.
Francis Malgoa. Yeah.
Yeah, Francis Mongoa just got picked.
So he's
Yeah.
for the Giants, the New York Giants with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the one that face planted that defensive back on that downfield block, remember?
Yeah, look at his outfit, man. Look at his suit.
Maui Goa. Yeah, he's Hawaiian. I mean, they're Pacific Islanders. That brother can block too, man. I mean, I watched him on run blocks destroy defensive linemen. And then once he got it to that second level, he destroyed defensive backs. He upended them. You didn't even want to be in his way when he was coming towards you if you were a DB, for sure. And I think Cristobal, I think he was connected to Cristobal somehow, because when Cristobal left Oregon, I want to say Malgoa.
I think he brought him with him, DC.
I think he brought him one of the players he brought with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and check it now.
Man, Cristobal is a player's coach, man. That's why I like that guy so much. I mean, he's a player's coach, man. He look out for his players. See the jacket?
Yeah.
It matches the Green Bay the Giants colors.
Hat.
The hat matches
cool
the colors from the back of it. Man, Roger Goodell must be got some height on him too, because he's right at the almost looking neck and neck with this guy.
I think he scored a touchdown against Syracuse too.
Man, that guy opened up some holes you could drive a Mack truck through.
Oh man, I just his most memorable moment is when he face planted that defensive back. He put that dude on his back, man.
Look at Harbaugh now. Harbaugh has gotten 2 picks already, huh?
Yeah, I think the Giants did have 2 picks for sure. I'm trying to find out where Francis Malgo.
Well, I didn't know he had a younger brother that's playing DC. He's got a younger brother that's playing in the NFL too.
So Arvell Reese and Francis Mauigoa is the picks for the Giants so far.
Mm-hmm.
Maui Noah. Mauigoa. Maui Noah. Samoa. American Samoa.
Okay. Look at the trades, DC, that went down. The Dolphin and the Cowboys is trading off some players.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm looking currently at things, but you're seeing things that I don't see right here on this screen that I'm looking at. What I might just do is jump over to the NFL Network because they might have more transactions.
That's what I'm on now.
Oh, so that's that. I left the NFL Network to come over to ESPN. So let me go back over to the NFL Network and see if I can find it. So, in your opinion, once these players get settled in on their teams, what do you think the percentage of players that will actually make an impact the first year in the league, in the NFL? What just give me an overall take on which type of players you think will make it and which type of players might need more development?
I think almost everybody who get picked in the first round will make a drastic impact, because if you look who's gone so far, they're addressing their needs and the needs that they're looking for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, everybody who I've seen who's gotten picked so far look like they can start.
Right.
And they're bringing them in to start. They're not bringing these guys in to sit on the bench and develop and wait 2 or 3 years. They're bringing these guys to come in and make a drastic impact in camp. A month from now, 2 months from now. And they're going to get these guys room enough to open up the season with them. So everybody so far. Now, the ones who's probably going to be sitting on the sideline or backing somebody up is those number 3s and 4 picks. But the ones that's getting picked right now, these guys getting ready to be, the face of the team.
These guys, some of these guys are going to instantly start.
They are going to start. Do you see? I mean, how would you put Jeremiah Love on the bench? Just think about it.
You don't have a running back that can keep
DC. Not only that, you talking about you're going to burn a first-round pick overall and sit them on the bench? Hell no. Man. Why? That's dumb. Why? You bringing guys in right now to make a direct impact your first game of the season. They're going to be starting. Because these are the ones who you looking to pay the big bucks. So you're not picking these guys to sit on the bench.
That's true. Well,
You
Love is
know,
going to probably be sharing time with James Conner once James Conner come back because he was injured. James Conner is running back who used to play for the Steelers, and he played for the
we never know
University of
that.
Pittsburgh.
We never know that because if you're
Well, we
talking
don't
about a
because
guy like
I think.
Jeremiah Love got these fresh legs, and you talking about somebody who was all banged up, they might shift
Mhm.
his ass off. They might say, "Okay, we got somebody to replace you, dog. You got hurt last year, and I'm not counting on you anymore. I just replace you." And they might try to get something out of him. They might be looking for a draft pick next year or a trade off to something else they need.
Mhm.
So here come the Cowboys.
Looks like Mike LaFleur. He's the younger brother of Matt LaFleur for the
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay Packers. He's the new coach for Arizona. So
Okay.
yeah, it looks like the Cowboys Jerry's world is in. They picked in 2023 Mozzie Smith out of Michigan. I remember when he picked him.
Well, another player from Ohio State, man. Well, Ohio State shipping them out of there, man.
Oh, for sure. But Ryan Day knows how to
Caleb
recruit and get
Downs.
the best players. Caleb Downs is a defensive back. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the
For
top
safety.
defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Miami is next, and then the LA Rams, and then Baltimore, Tampa Bay, New York Jets.
What if the Dolphins fool around and get Carson back, DC?
I've said that all along. They might want to consider that because
You know they may get Carson back, or you got Bain sitting in the cut too now, and they need some defensive players, and that will
yeah,
be
but
something else for
I
Bain
think
to stay home.
well, you got a good point. I mean, it's a great point. Is he a franchise? So let me ask you this: is Carson Beck a franchise QB to you, or is he a system guy?
He's a system guy. I mean, he's not a franchise guy yet. I won't tag him as a franchise guy yet. Mm-mm. Nope. Get him in here and room him up, and I mean, he's got all the tangibles to be a starter. He's got that heart and the desire to start and to play and to be great, especially in a good system like he was with Miami. Man, he'll light it up. So I think the Dolphins going to build their defense and then start worried about what's going to happen in the offense.
Yeah, this kid here is the one that put that thing on Malachi Tony, man, in that game. You remember when Ohio State got
Yeah,
beat when Miami
yeah,
beat him, and he
yeah,
shook Tony up pretty good because Tony
yeah.
couldn't. I mean, the way the pass was thrown to him, he couldn't protect himself.
He got some sure hands too, DC. This guy can. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a good open field tackler,
Oh, he's an
and he's got
excellent
great
tackler. That's
hands.
one of his strong points is the way he bring that
Hmm.
heat when he tackle you. Yeah.
Yeah, they showing him stunting too, man. This guy is quick. He's super quick, man. 68 tackles, and come on, man. As a safety, that's beautiful senior year, man.
It's all about the you,
He's
Tony.
got a brother
Tony
on the
just
Colt
did.
receiver, Josh Downs. He's the
Hmm.
younger brother of the Colt wide receiver, Josh
I didn't know
Downs.
that. I didn't know he had a brother
Yeah,
playing in the league. I mean, he
man,
was
they
just
got
so aggressive the way he played up on the line of scrimmage. Literally, he played up in the box quite often. So far, four picks already from Ohio State is already off the
mhm,
board.
right. They just pluck them right out of Ohio State.
He's going to really shine in Dallas. I think Downs will, and I'm surprised the Giants didn't grab him first.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas is grabbing some people who gonna stop folks, man. And that's what they Didn't need him.
Jerry Jones gonna need more than that though. So
Look,
Trayvon
look.
Diggs used to play for Dallas. He was a cornerback. And this kid is young. He's aggressive. I think he's a bigger. He's stronger. He hits harder.
Mhm.
So Jerry, that was
He's
a
from
good
the
pick on
Dolphins now,
Jerry's
DC.
part. So the Dolphins is coming up right now.
Yeah.
He'll be playing against his brother possibly when they play the Colts. So you having fun, partner? We having a really good
Yes,
time,
man.
right? Because
Yeah, I'm
we waited
full.
a long time for this draft day to come. I mean,
Yep.
it's like from last year when we did
Well, they
draft
got a
day.
tackle from Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah. Proctor. Caden Proctor.
Mm-hmm. So let me go here and look at the.
It's a big old guy too, man. Woo!
Oh, they get big. They getting bigger and bigger. These offensive and defensive linemen. And they need a big guy like this. It makes you think back to when Dwight Stevenson was drafted out of Alabama. Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
For the Miami Dolphins back in the day. Most
yeah.
people were too young to remember who Dwight Stevenson is, but
Man, this guy he ran a couple touchdowns. Yeah. 6'6", 352, man. Ooh, woo. You imagine that guy coming around that corner to lay that hammer on you, man.
That's a big boy.
6'6", 350, man. Come on.
That's huge.
Man. You know what's gonna happen to him?
What?
He gonna get bigger when he start going to those steakhouses down here.
So you gonna have to watch out. You gonna have to keep his diet right.
They got to give him some
You
wins.
come to camp looking sloppy. They may make you run it off.
Hey man, let me tell you something. If I was the Miami Dolphins in the GM, hey, listen, I would give him his check tomorrow and take him right to the track.
And make him run, huh?
Man, that guy is 352, man. Come on, man.
He'll probably end up in Miami. He'll fly into Miami tomorrow. I mean, because when they get drafted like this,
on the red eye tonight.
He might be on the red eye tonight. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see him driving all around it. I wonder who is his agent. Because Drew Rosenhaus going to take him over there, take him to Bremen and pick him up a Rolls Royce or something.
They'll have the press conference at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Rams war room, draft room in Inglewood, over at the stadium. And the Ravens, whose name was mentioned as a possibility for the Ravens is Reuben Bain Jr.
Yeah, we'll see.
I saw his name pop up.
We'll see. The Dolphins passed up on him. The Dolphins passed up on him, but look who they got. They got this big old ox from Alabama. Yeah. Man, I can imagine 6'6". That's basketball height, DC. 6'6".
Yeah.
And you imagine him laying that wood on you, opening up them holes, bro. And all you got to do is run off his hip. You're a running back, you run off that right hip, man. Unbelievable. Man. So like we were discussing last week, where the Dolphins going to be picking again soon because they got like 4 picks, I think, in the first round. So they're gonna be looking almost like the Giants. The Giants picked twice already.
Right. So here's a bit of news for you. It looks like Sean McVay has been to the playoffs pretty much 7 out of 9 seasons at some point to the playoffs. It says here, and their pick is in. It looks like Matthew Stafford to be back for another year, which is good. I'm glad he's coming back. And then you have Puka Nakua, who we discussed on our show about 3 weeks ago. He had a huge year last year. And they acquired Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs for a package including the 29th overall pick. So the Rams is going to be a team to be reckoned with out of the West as well. Just like the San Francisco 49ers, all of these West Coast teams are really beefing up. They putting it together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So was Ruben Bain a top 3 defender in his class?
Of course he was. Yeah.
So with Arvell Reese and David Bailey and all of those other guys that already
There he
got
is now. You see who's going to pick him?
Well, I
like LA
mentioned the
going to get him.
Baltimore Ravens mentioned him.
Well, we're looking right now. Look like
We'll see
Ruben
who
Bain may
picks
be
him
going
because,
to.
like I say, your feed is a little bit faster than mine. I'm getting the feed onto my screen after the fact. Because you're telling me who's been picked already, and I haven't the pick on my
Hang
end.
on, we're getting ready to see right now. They just show Ruben Bain now.
I'm still on a commercial right now, so that shows you how far behind I am here.
You know what? Last year you were faster than me. Remember that?
What's that?
Last year yours was faster than mine.
Yeah, it's like the opposite this year,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, according to what the information that I'm getting right now, is on the clock right now. So they're talking about possibility of Alabama's quarterback Ty Simpson is a possibility.
For LA?
Yes. Because they need a quarterback. I mean, Matthew Stafford's not going to be around forever, right? They need a quarterback. That's Sean McVay right there. One of the best coaches in the league as far as I'm concerned.
I just want to see Bain come off this board, bro.
He's coming off. He's coming off shortly. He's not going to be on there long.
Yeah, we talking about this guy who the Dolphins just picked. He made Bain like a damn midget. Bain is 6'3", 275, and this guy is 6'6", 352. Oh boy, what a difference in size, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, DC, he's not a slowpoke either, man.
Yep. So Bain Jr. is the highest on Daniel Jeremiah's best available list right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would think Baltimore should get him. If the LA don't pick him now, I think Baltimore.
Well, we getting ready to see now. Goodell is coming to the
and he'll just continue that legacy at Baltimore with Ray Lewis, and T Sizzle, Suggs.
Yeah, and
but you know he could end up in Tampa Bay too if the Baltimore pass on him as well. So it looks like
he picked Ty Simpson. Big pick Ty Simpson.
So they needed a quarterback.
Man.
They would. Yeah. So I'm looking for the Goodell still to come out on the stage on my screen. I think McVay can develop Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's got a toughness about him that I really appreciated last year.
Yeah.
That he plays with a passion and he plays with intensity that I saw in him last year, and I think he's going to work out really well for the Rams, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I didn't see fear in him in a lot of these games that he played in last year. I didn't see any fear.
Yeah.
Now, when they played Indiana, they were just outmanned. I mean, Indiana, they couldn't block Indiana. So, I mean, what do you expect him to do? Right?
Yeah.
I think he's a great fit for the Los Angeles Rams. And I think he'll enjoy Los Angeles, too. He's from the South, but he'll be happy to be out here.
Oh, yeah. You imagine you going from Alabama, backwoods country bunking into L.A.? Come on,
That's
man.
right.
He's going to get turned out, too.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's born in Tennessee. I just pulled his he's from Martin, Tennessee. So he's a Southern boy, like you said. Toughness, mental toughness, physical toughness. I saw him literally play Georgia. I mean, they played him head up, man. You know. And he'll be in a good system. That's the good thing about it too. He with Sean McVay, he's going to be in a good system, and then he'll be able to learn behind Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the stuff we were talking about. Now
that's
he's
a
that one
no-brainer
guy
that
we were talking
will
about
be,
not going to
he'll
make that
survive in
direct
this
impact.
league.
DC. He's going to be that one that's not going to make that direct impact, like we were alluding to
Right.
a couple segments ago, because they're going to put him in there and just teach him and learn him where he can learn stuff.
Yeah.
And get him ready for the future, man. That they just will hold him in their back pockets for safety purposes.
That's
They're
right.
going to let him get groomed and get him ready in a couple of years.
And the good thing, another plus for Ty Simpson is he played in Kalen DeBoer's system, where Kalen DeBoer runs a pro-style offense. So he's going to understand a lot of the terminology, some of it, not all of it.
Yeah.
Because it's some wrinkles here and there, but the terminology, he will come in and Sean McVay will be able to sit him down and say, look, this is kind of how we run it, and boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
I'm happy with the pick for the Rams. I really am.
Well, he's going to be in a good system, man. And I think McVay going to take him to the level that he needs to be in to be a good, prosperous quarterback, because he got all the mechanicals. I mean, I watched him throughout his career there, and he played in such good games, some of these battles that he was in, and he overcame some of them, even in the front part of the season where they lost the game and they was all pissed off with the coach and was threatening to fire the coach. And all of a sudden, they just had like 10 straight wins after that until they got in the playoff and they got smoked. But at that point, they were actually trying to push him further than what they was able to accomplish on their own. But he was the big part of that because of his talent and his play and his grit, and a guy who just take chances on forcing the ball in there, and sometimes he came up successful by threading the needle in there when he was in coverage and it looked like his guy wasn't going to be open, and he forced that ball in there and he came up with a touchdown. So that's what kind of quarterback you need in the NFL. You know, when you get that rush in there and you think you ain't going to get it a touchdown, and there it is, bam, 80-yard touchdown. Yeah.
So I've been to the Rams training camp when they were down at Cal Irvine. I mean, UC Irvine. That campus is a beautiful campus, by the way, down in Irvine, Orange County, California. And it's a class act organization. So
another Samoan gone, Sam. Penn State.
Ione, right?
Yeah.
So Baltimore picked the offensive lineman, right?
No, this is the Ravens. Yeah. The Baltimore Ravens got him. Yeah,
Yeah,
from Tennessee.
he's an offensive lineman.
He's a guard.
A
Mm-hmm.
guard. Yeah, offensive guard. He was high up
6'4",
on the list.
320, man.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Ione is Pacific Islander as well.
They showing right there. He holding like a mug, bro.
Yo, I yeah,
Holding his ass off.
he's a big dude. Yolani. Penn State. Yeah, he's a big guy. 6'4", 320. He's like just all bulk, man.
You got Tampa Bay Jets again and Detroit and the Vikings coming up next.
I want to say James Franklin recruited him. Because before they fired James Franklin was getting them kind of players into Penn State's program.
Yeah.
We'll see what this new Penn State coach can do. And you know, Penn State ran that pro style, that I backfield when James Franklin was there even. So it looks like Tampa Bay is up next. Tampa Bay could land Bain.
Yeah.
I mean, if Todd Bowles want Bain in there.
Yeah.
Or
I don't have
if
no confidence
he hangs
in
around,
Todd
I think
Bowles.
the Jets may end up picking him up. So pick number 15 is in.
I think he'll fit good in Todd Bowles' defense too, DC.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know Todd Bowles is a defensive guy.
He's a defensive-minded coach, of course. Of course he is.
Yeah.
You're currently listening to the DC Stewart Show podcast, along with my kinfolk, Isaiah. We're here covering the draft, and we're down at pick 15. Looks like Tampa Bay's pick is in, and they're on a commercial break right now. So as soon as they have that pick in, we're looking at Ruben Bain and possibly Carson Beck as opportunities for them kids to be picked, as well as Makai Lemon out of USC, because, you know, Makai Lemon went to Los Alamitos High School, and he was a superstar at Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos is just right up the road from me here where I live. And they got some great football players come out of that area. USC recruits heavily down there. UCLA does too, but USC tend to recruit a lot heavier over south of the city of Los Angeles, the South Bay areas. So I just wanted to bring that up. While you're at it, just check out our WDCS Live radio with Isaiah, myself, and Najee. We have a radio show, and we have a once-a-week show. And we talk about current events, entertainment as well, and the DC Stewart Show Sports Network, DC Stewart Sports Network. And you can check that out. We have videos over there as well. So we have an abundance of content for you to see and hear. Check us out on all of the social media platforms. That's YouTube, that's Instagram, Facebook, Substack, TikTok, and the whole 9 yards. So, partner, tell me something I don't know about this draft. Am I missing something, or did I miss something?
Well, you know, we prepared for this thing, and you hadn't missed anything so far, man. It's something that we were really anticipating on, talking about, and said we were going to hit up our buddies here at Jersey Mike's and
absolutely
knock down
my stomach is full of Jersey Mike's Philly cheesesteak.
I had an Italian, and I was greedy, man. I got a cookie. Got a freaking cookie and some.
I need to let all of our viewers know. 6 months ago, I gave up potato chips and cookies and cake and cheesecake, but I do designate a day to be able to eat that kind of stuff. So today I put to the side and I said I'm going to eat a Philly cheesesteak today, because I don't eat bread anymore. I don't eat rice. I don't eat bread, and I try to stay away from a bunch of carbs, you know, calorie-driven carbs. And I've been doing pretty good. I've lost weight, and I feel great. I'm energetic. And partner, I could see you looking good in your rags too. So we're both
Gotcha.
making some progress, you know.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of diamond push-ups. Then I've been doing barbells like this, like I'm boxing.
Yes.
And I've been doing the butterflies like this with the
That'll
barbells.
build your shoulders and
And
your
doing them
traps
squats
and all
too.
of that stuff
My
up.
number one exercise.
Yep.
So now, this coming up week, I'm gonna start knocking down the staircase. I'm gonna be hitting the staircase. I'm gonna build my lower body back up. Yeah.
So here's a bit of news for you. Levante David, he just retired technically, and that kid played football in Miami for a linebacker for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a perfect fit if they pick Ruben Bain and put Ruben Bain on that defense, because I think Todd Bowles can do a lot of different things and be very creative with Ruben Bain on that defense.
If we
Don't you
get
think
ready to
so?
find out now, here's their selection coming up.
Now they could go with Mekhi Lemon because Mike Evans ended up leaving, going to San Francisco. So they do have a slot open for receivers.
Ruben Bain going to
That's what I
Tampa
thought. I
Bay.
thought they were going to go ahead and go with Ruben Bain. And this is the perfect pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I still consider that home, DC. 4-hour drive, baby. 1.5 hour on the plane. Old Todd Bowles pulled the trigger, man.
So Levante David ended up going to Nebraska. He didn't play at Miami, but he was a kid because Luther Campbell knows him. Uncle Luke know him when he was a little league player in Miami. So now they just gonna sub and put Bain in there, and Bain gonna be the edge rusher that they need. I mean, they got the guy that they need now to cap off that defense for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He could get the quarterback for you if you're in a tight game with another team and that other team is trying to make headway. Bain is the kind of player you want on your defense.
Man, they talking about the man arms being short on here.
Now that ain't right. You know that ain't right. They make it sound like he's a midget with short arms.
This man is 6'3", 275 pounds. Fast head.
I've never known short arms to hinder anything when you got the kind of skill set Ruben Bain has.
There you go. My boy, see. Yes, sir.
So they said David Pollock had the shortest arms along with Jerome McDougal and Melvin Ingram. I know Melvin Ingram was a hell of a defensive lineman or linebacker, a 3-stand.
ACC defensive player of the year. You wind up talking about the man arms too damn short. Come on, man. Nigga Todd Bowles in there grinning his ass off, boy.
Look, he could play. He could play the kind of defensive packages he want now. And Bain don't have to go too far away from home. Tampa's just right up the road.
4 hours. 4-hour drive.
Now it's time for Carson Beck and Mesidor. Akeem Mesidor. He's on the board. But Akeem Mesidor, I would say that he is first round material. Wouldn't you say so as well? Because Mesidor was that other bookend edge rusher for Miami.
Yeah.
So we're in pick number 16. So we got quite a few teams to go.
Yeah,
I would think Carson Beck with Pittsburgh, because Aaron Rodgers is not going to be at Pittsburgh maybe but for another year, and McCarthy need a quarterback. Yeah. Mike McCarthy need a quarterback. I'm telling you, the Steelers need a quarterback. Yeah, Todd Bowles has already got his notes out, drawing up some defenses.
Yeah.
Because, they're in the NFC South, so they're in the same divisions, the Falcons and the Saints, or the Aints, as I call them, and the Carolina Panthers.
The Jets is up again.
The Jets could easily pick, Lemon, Mekhi Lemon.
Man, I'm happy This guy
Well,
stand
Bain has been our guy. He's been your guy for sure. You know,
forever, man. And
you,
boy,
you remember we had a live show over there. We reported live from Miami Central High School's
yes,
campus
man. And bro,
where
I
Bain
just
went to school.
listen, man. Just to go out there and do that correspondence,
It
report
was huge.
over in
It was
front of
huge.
Central High School
It was
during the
huge.
time where they was getting ready to play the national championship game, and talked about his career there, and to understand where this kid comes from, man. When you think about all the hot days here in South Florida, these 100-degree weather and the 2-a-day practices and stuff like this, and you talking about a guy 6'3", 275, high school. He went to Central in 2000. He was a class of 2023, and then of course had the award for the state title. They won the state title the years he was there. Have 77 sacks. Come on, man, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
So I don't
And
want to hear
you get the
any
Ted
talking
Hendricks
about
winning
how short his
award.
arms are. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
that nonsense. That's
huh?
nonsense.
That was
People talking
just some
about how
kind of.
short his arms, or at least some experts, at least there was allegations, some experts mentioned that.
I have never seen him reach out to grab somebody and miss because his damn arms were too short. No, come on, man. That was just a ploy to get this guy stopped the drop where they can pick him. And guess what? Let me tell you something. It could have been the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did it because they did the same shit to Warren Sapp, and they picked Warren Sapp. Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked Warren Sapp, and now they pick Bain.
That's right. So it looks like the Jets just picked Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
This is
The
a big
tight
guy.
end.
I mean, he's a tight end. He to me, he's kind of like, he reminds me the way he plays of somewhat Travis Kelce at the college level. I mean, he's a big receiver, 6'3", 240, 241. He's
Mm-hmm.
explosive. He can block. He can catch.
Yeah.
He can run when he catch it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's this is a pure athlete right here. I think this was a good pick on the Jets' part.
The Cowboys is back up in this series too.
I'm happy for him.
Unbelievable, man. Now I'm
Jets
waiting
fans are
on Beck
happy.
now. Got my one guy off the
We
board.
got one guy off the board. We got one to go, or two to go, because I'd say Akeem Mesidor should be on this board as well.
I'm talking about for my personal list. My
Right.
personal list. Yeah.
Right, because you did cover Carson Beck and Ruben
And
Bain.
mm-hmm.
So since Bain been picked, tell us a little bit about Ruben Bain. Just give us a little bit, a quick, brief synopsis of Ruben Bain that
Well,
you're aware
I
of.
mentioned it once he got picked. You talking about the Ted Hendricks Award, his high school, Central High School. He went to Central High School. They won a state title, 5A, while he was there. I mean, all of this stuff that he's done as a kid, all the hard work he's put in, and here it is. This is the day. This is what these little kids work for. DC, when they're 7, 8-year-old, when they're playing Little League football, and to see this thing come to flourish in the day where y'all got all his family members in there, parading around, loving him and giving him the kind of love that he wants. We talk about that all the time, of cherishing the people that you care about. And man, out of all the scrutiny and the scandal they tried to put out on him the last couple months and try to bring his stock down, and he didn't waver, man. And here he is going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4 hours away from home. He can drive 4 hours, and you're right in the city of Tampa, man, Tampa Bay. And that's a good organization. It's a good city. And I think he's going to enjoy playing for Todd Bowles, because Todd Bowles is a decent defensive mind coach.
Absolutely.
And I guess he's gonna put him in some packages where he can thrive. And I think it's going to be a good fit for them.
That's right. That's right. I think you're right. I think he was elite for sure, because he could play on either side of the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
I'm talking about more so on both sides, like the right or the left side. He can line up anywhere technically on the defensive line and
He's like
still
a
be
rover.
effective.
You see, he
He
just
he
a
roams and
headhunter,
he rolls.
and he
Yeah.
smells the ball, and he go after it,
Mhm.
man. And
That's
and
right.
and, and I seen him play through injury time and time again, and that's what it takes for a linebacker, a dog. We call them dogs, man. When you can do that, when you play, when you hurt, when you play, when you got injuries and stuff like that. And I've seen him do that throughout his whole career, man. And here it is paying off for him. Yep.
So I'm reading here Reuben Bain played his youth football starting at the Northside Panthers, followed by the Gwen Cherry Bulls, the Miami Garden Ravens, and finishing at Scott Lake Vikings when he began playing at 4 to 5 years old before becoming a standout at Miami Central High School. That's interesting because we played optimist ball. We can attest that when you start that young, you just continue to develop throughout your career of playing football if you continue playing it. And it puts you in a really good spot because he ended up staying home. So he went to school at University of Miami. He didn't even have to leave town to be
Mm-hmm.
a draft pick being picked where he was picked. I mean, because Minnesota's up next. So we're in pick number 17.
Minnesota or Detroit?
It says Minnesota here that I'm looking at well, it says Detroit. You're right. First round pick 17. It's Detroit. Thanks for correcting me on that.
What you think Detroit needs right now? Because here it is. Let me see what Detroit gonna pick.
This looks like Mekhi Lemon right here was sitting there in a suit. Well, the Detroit Lions has got a really good team, and they got good running backs, and they got, St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who plays receiver for them. I would say the Detroit Lions, here's Dan Campbell with the black T-shirt on. I think they could use a really solid defender for sure. Mesidor wouldn't be a bad pick for him. So it looks like their pick is in. They were 9-8 last year. So we did see some trades. I mean, it wasn't as
They got a
out
tackle
of
from
control
Clemson,
and rapid.
DC.
Detroit went with an offensive tackle or
Yeah,
defense.
he's yeah, man, 6'6", 317 pounds. That's a big old guy.
Yeah, it
Woo!
looks like I'm still here looking at the selection come up.
Wow,
He's talking about a Make a Wish Foundation.
he's an offensive tackle. 6'6",
That's big.
300 and some pounds. So the boy, that's some kind of guy.
Okay. So this kid is at home. He just got picked.
Yeah. Most of those guys don't want to make it out
He's
those
a big
trips,
guy.
man. Yeah, look at how he towering over everybody in that
Oh yeah.
place. His face look like he's 13 years old,
Yeah,
man.
he got a really baby face.
Big
6'2",
old, big old
317,
ox with a
54
baby
straight
face.
starts. Got a wrestling background.
Man, that guy huge, man.
He is huge.
You know who he remind me of, DC?
Who?
You mentioned he wrestled. He looked like the Big Show. You know the Big Show who wrestled?
No.
Look
I
him
haven't
up.
kept up with wrestling in such a long time. Not, it's been a
The
while. I mean,
Vikings is up now.
you're talking about WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I know they just had a big event for WWE a week ago because I think Shay Shay and Ocho and them guys
Here's an answer
attended it.
right there.
So the Vikings is up now. They're
They
picking
picked
number
already. They
18.
picked the lineman out of defensive tackle from Florida.
So we're down to 18 picks already. It's went pretty smooth so far in the first round. Caleb Banks out of Florida, defensive end from Florida. One happy family right there, right?
Trying to see how much he weighs. Yeah, that's the big old guy too, man.
6'6", 327 pounds, running the 40-yard dash to the 5-0, which is good for his weight and his height. He'll be able to help the Vikings. Yeah. He's a big player. You look at him in the highlights. He's huge for playing offensive line. Or actually, it says defensive tackle. He's a defensive tackle, not offensive tackle. And Florida had a really solid defense. You remember we were talking about Billy Napier and stuff. They just couldn't get their offense together.
They just couldn't get it going on offense, man.
They defense
the offense
was
broke
solid,
down
man.
most
They
of the
had
time.
a really solid defense.
Yep.
For sure.
The defense kept them guys in a lot of games, you see.
They did.
And the offense just had the quarterback run for his dear life. Yeah, I done wrapped it up now.
So are you about finished with your food, partner?
Yeah. I didn't finish it all. But I was thinking
You know what
about
I
that.
did? I kind of cut corners and I peeled the meat out from under the bread. So
You did what?
I didn't eat that bun, that bread from from Jersey Mike. Yeah. So it looks like the Panthers, the Eagles, the Steelers, and the Chargers are coming up. You know, it would be so ideal for if Mekhi Lemon was still around for the Chargers to pick him. He could stay right here. He could stay home.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even have to leave. You know, he's a local boy, like I say, from Los Alamitos High School.
Yeah.
He's a little bit undersized. I mean, he's 5'11", but his skill set, you know, overshadows his size. He's not a super pure burner, but I could see him going at least somewhere between now and tomorrow, but definitely today, I would think, because USC, they utilized him a lot. Lincoln Riley utilized him in that offense quite often, you know, and he made some really big plays. He made a lot of big catches, and he's just explosive, man. When he catches the ball, he can run with it. He runs great, crisp, deep routes, intermediate routes. I mean, the kid is just really talented. And I'm speaking about Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver for USC currently. He's not afraid to catch it in traffic.
You know what? We were talking about these elite players, and if you think about it, how many quarterbacks come off the wall? Only one, right?
Two. Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 out of what? This is the 18th pick?
That's right. And usually you see quite a more quarterbacks been picked already from the past drafts, right?
Yep.
I mean, the quarterbacks were just disappearing off the board.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a quarterback centric draft like most past drafts have been, right?
Well, that goes to show you what these teams are doing. These teams are trying to get those trenches built first.
You have to build the trenches. I mean, that's where it all starts and ends, is in the trenches. We speak that day in and day out. If you cannot win them trench wars, you ain't
Yeah,
gonna
you
win no
lose it.
football game.
Yeah, you
You can
lost. You
forget it.
lost the battle.
You done lost the battle.
Mm-hmm. So the
That's
Panthers are up next.
yeah, the Carolina Panthers. And Dave Canales has done a fantastic job, the head coach of the Panthers. I mean, he's done phenomenal work over at the Panthers. So we're looking forward to a very interesting camp coming this summer, these
Yeah.
football camps. And we're going to be right in the thick of it. We're telling our viewers right now, the DC Stewart Show podcast featuring Isaiah and Najee, we're going to be in the thick of these football camps this summer. And that goes from the college level to HBCU colleges to mainstream Division One, Power Five colleges, universities, and the NFL. So we'll be kind of moving around, and we'll be reporting live from these facilities and these programs. And we have a lot of good things coming your way as far as content. So it looks like they just got a tackle out of Georgia, Carolina Panthers. Offensive tackle. Another big guy. You know, when we were in high school, they just weren't this big, man. This tall and this big
Not
and
at
heavy
all, man.
and
When you see
agile.
no, but these guys they definitely wasn't running on anything under the
6'7",
fours.
315 pounds.
They wasn't running anything under the fives either, DC.
That's right.
You couldn't find a lineman running under the fives.
Mm-hmm.
The 40.
Shit, a lineman back in my high school years, they were probably running a 5'3" or 5'4". They were just that freaking slow.
Yeah. Okay, the Eagles back up now.
The Philadelphia Eagles on.
Yeah.
Up for the pick now. And then after the Eagles, we're looking.
They got a receiver from SC.
Mekhi Lemon.
Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Jalen Hurts is going to enjoy him because I suspect the Eagles probably will part company with A.J. Brown. And they were talking about, reports saying that A.J. Brown could be traded to New England.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that happens or not. But I'm happy for Mekhi Lemon to be able to end up in Philadelphia. That's a great team for him. Good coach. And I just think he's going to do well at Philadelphia. With Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. There he is.
Yeah. Let me see what he ran in the combine.
So it looks like he ran. He clocked a 4.46 to a 4.53, and on his second 40-yard dash at his 26 combined pro day.
Yeah.
So a 4.48, 4.5. He still runs a solid speed for a wide receiver. And I was looking at his highlights at Los Alamitos. He looked like a man amongst boys out there playing with them youngsters.
Yeah.
I did do a little bit of history search on him too, and I think Lincoln Riley was able to convince him to come to USC because I want to say that he was recruited to go to Oklahoma.
He's got over 1,000-yard reception in 2025, and that's pretty good, man.
It's very good. 1,156 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 rushing TDs.
Yeah.
He's the Biletnikoff Award, nation's best receiver. That's a big accomplishment for him as well.
Well, I tell you one thing that shows you the Philadelphia Eagles was constantly rebuilding, because you think them going to the Super
I
Bowl a
think
couple of years
they
ago.
planning for the future
Yeah.
without AJ Brown, to be honest with
hmm
you.
Look at their boardroom; it's huge. They got a bunch of guys up in there, boy.
So he was recruited originally committing to the Sooners in August 2021, and then he decommitted following Riley's departure and announced his pledge to the Trojans on December 3rd, 2021. So it was a flip. And he was a 5-star receiver. I mean, he caught anything came his way. And he don't mind going up and getting it either. He's not afraid to get hit. So Philadelphia has already moved on. If am I right?
Yeah,
Technically, if AJ Brown doesn't work out for him, they've moved on already.
yeah.
Because
Once you get a
this kid
receiver
is,
like that in the first round, like that, that
yeah,
means they're moving
it's
on,
serving
man.
notice to other
Yes,
receivers for sure.
yeah.
And the only one that's notable is AJ Brown, because AJ Brown didn't seem like he was happy for the last several years.
Pittsburgh is coming up now. Let's see what they're gonna do with Beck.
Carson Beck, baby. That's hard work.
See if Beck is coming off the board, DC.
That's it.
He's 6'4", 220, and imagine high school in Jacksonville. I mean, this is his moment now. It's a 13-game start when he played for Georgia's last year before coming to Miami.
Well, Mike McCarthy, and I hope the Rooneys kind of considered it. Carson Beck would be good to come in and just learn under Aaron Rodgers if Aaron Rodgers spends an extra year at Pittsburgh. And I'm not 100% sure whether Aaron Rodgers committed to next year. I've heard reports that he was
Considering it,
contemplating it and
yeah, I think he
considering it,
should.
but I think he should come back
Yeah, that
for an
will give
extra
him that
year.
full season to be over there without absolutely no injury, coming in there healthy in camp. So
Exactly.
especially having such a good year last year.
So it looks like Pittsburgh's pick is already in as well.
But they didn't say who they picked.
The 21st pick with the Pittsburgh Steelers is in. And partner, we're having the time of our life tonight.
Yeah.
I know I am for sure.
Yeah.
It's nothing like football. I mean, football to me is it's a lifestyle.
Man, I know that city is rocking though for the thing to
Man,
be
look at all
there.
these people. I mean, I've never seen that many people at a draft. You remember back in the 80s when they had the draft and they used to have it in New York.
Yeah.
And they used to have it at the Apollo Theater a couple times, and then I think they had it at the convention. It was a convention center
They're
in New
bringing
York.
all the guys
people
out
did
now.
it at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they got Bettis, Jerome Bettis out there with them.
That's right. But this is a historical franchise, so to have
But
this
you know what?
draft
One
in
thing too,
Pittsburgh,
DC, this is memorable because for 18 years you're gonna finally not see Mike Tomlin there.
I think Mike Tomlin is happy that he's made a decision to move on, and I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for the Steelers organization for allowing him to make that decision. You know, they gave him that space, they gave him that room. They didn't put any pressure on him to leave. In other words, like a bunch of media people wanted him out, and the fan base or whoever, however many people in the fan base wanted him gone as well. But I met Jerome Bettis one time at the airport at Los Angeles International. Nice guy, real easy to talk with guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was on a flight going to Atlanta that night. So they're talking about high school athletes and flag football athletes. Classy guy.
Well,
Jerome
they got a
Bettis is a
tackle,
classy guy.
man, from Arizona State.
Well, I'm still watching this pick. I mean, the Jerome Bettis is speaking right now. So, like
No,
I
but
say,
they
my
just
feed is
picked.
behind your feed, right?
Yeah, they picked the tackle from Arizona State,
Okay.
thinking these dudes gonna get a quarterback. Look at this idiot, got his ass out. Freaking nationwide TV, he got his ass out.
Who may that be?
They making their picks, and the one of the family members got up with his, they always have their pants under their rear end, and he stood
Right.
up and got his whole ass exposed.
Well, that's your Hank Hill moment. What can you say? King of the Hill. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm just seeing it. This is one of those draft parties.
Mm-hmm.
So Pittsburgh is building that line as well.
Mm-hmm. That's what you gotta do. We've been talking about those trenches got to be fulfilled, and this is the way to do it. You do it young. You go in the draft and get these
6'5",
guys young and put them
321
in tough
pounds.
spots and let them grow together. You get these old ones and they set in their own ways,
That's right.
you screw up your team by leaving them guys around. So it's best to just start fresh.
Mm-hmm. If you want real draft breakdown, you're on the right channel. This is the DC Stewart Show podcast, along with my kinfolk Isaiah, and we're here today, and we are covering the first round of the NFL draft. And so far, we're quite a bit ways through it. Looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers just made their pick, and the LA Chargers is up
He's
next.
up
Real
next,
talk,
yeah.
no ESPN scripts. Come vibe with us. Real vibing goes on over here. So a lot of people are happy. As you can see, these families, they're ecstatic about these players getting these
Yeah,
opportunities because these are once in a lifetime opportunities. These opportunities
yeah,
like this don't come along every day, right?
yeah, yeah.
You have
Because
to
these
earn
are
them. You have to
some of the
earn
people.
every level of it, each level of the way, each step of the way.
Yeah.
You have to earn your way to an opportunity. An
Well,
opportunity is not coming to you. You got to go get that. You got to create that opportunity and make it
yeah,
happen.
DC, you got to remember those are these folks that went to the game when they were playing little league. They were out
Yeah,
standing in the rain. They were out
absolutely.
loading up the cars. They was out taking them to practice all throughout the weekend. And
Exactly.
Saturdays have the game in that brutal 100-degree heat. And
That's
now
right.
they getting rewarded for it, and a good thing that some of them are around because I know, some of these players' parents did all these things for them to get to this point, and many of them parents did not live to see these moments. So this is a special time
This is
for all
very
these folks to
special.
join together and celebrate the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And to refresh people's memory that football, when I was growing up and Isaiah was growing up, it was a popular sport, but it didn't have the fanfare and it didn't have the
Mesidor just got picked. DC.
Mesidor just got picked by the Chargers then. So
Yeah,
they picked him. Okay.
yeah,
But getting back to it didn't have the exposure that it has now and just the fanfare. So
yeah.
so Akeem Mesidor, you got two Miami players off the board already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now it's one more to go before this thing is over with. Looks like Dallas, Cleveland, Chicago, Buffalo. San Fran, Houston, KC, Miami, and New England. He's going to fit in well out here. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with, Akeem Mesidor, because
Yeah.
him and Bain would switch sides in terms of where they lined up, and you didn't know where it was coming from until both of them converged on the quarterback. Sometimes together, they were good run stoppers. I mean, they could rush the quarterback, but they could stop the run as well. They played the run just as well.
So, man, Dallas is up again, DC.
Well, the Dolphins need to go ahead and pick Carson Beck if he's around. If he's on the board, they need to go ahead and take him.
Well, they've been having word here locally about the potential chance of him being a Dolphin, but it got heated one while. There was a lot of talk about it, and then it went away. So of late, I hadn't heard any chat about it. You know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was like a hot topic before they brought in the quarterback from Green Bay, and now, I mean, he's still on the board, so there's a potential
You're
chance
talking about Malik Willis, right?
Yes,
Green Bay?
yeah,
Ex-Liberty quarterback.
yeah, but that
Dallas
will
is up
be
and Cleveland is up.
that still will be a good fit for the Dolphins if they pick him up, because then they can
for sure, because
let those guys alternate.
his value level will suit the Dolphins' needs, because he
Yes.
could play behind Quinn Ewers,
Yep.
and then learn. And I'm telling you, let's just say, for example, Quinn Ewers works out for the team, but he could still be there learning as a backup. I'm talking about Carson Beck.
Yeah. One thing about
they will be insane not to take him if they don't take him with this upcoming pick.
Well, we'll see, because they should be coming up next, and then I think they got several other picks too, because I think they got a total of 4 picks in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it shows here that they got one more pick before the round 1 is over.
Unless they traded off something, DC, because remember,
I think they maybe traded off. I want to say they traded with Cleveland earlier. So we didn't see the chaos today like I envisioned it could have been, with all of these freaky trades and trades going in all different directions.
No, it's been quiet.
Yeah. It's been well under control. And, another thing I like, last year they had issues with players getting calls from prank calls.
Yeah, but they those
cleared
guys
that up. They fixed that.
The one
this year.
who pulled that stunt got into some trouble too.
Well, several players got pranked like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the NFL ended up finding a bunch of teams. And how did these players' information get out? That's the question.
Yeah.
How did their phone numbers
get out? It was
a
security breach.
It was security breach
for them to be able to obtain.
So I think the NFL warned these teams
like
that, look, this players' information get out there and we can trace it back, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm glad
for the most part, they were able to trace every last one of those prank calls back to someone. And it was like something where you would think an organization would be more tighter than that, and have your family member get access to these guys' numbers and call them. It's embarrassing for that to happen.
It really is. So what's your fondest memory of a Miami Dolphins draft? Have you picked a specific draft that the Miami Dolphins had? Did you memorize the most? Did you had from your memory? Because I have one. I can tell you the one I remember.
I have a few. It was Louis Oliver and it was Dan Marino. But the fact that Louis was the 25th pick, and that's why he wound up getting the number 25. And
because he wore number 2 at Florida, right? Did he wear number 2?
I don't remember his number at Florida, but he was the 25th pick in the draft, so that's why he got number 25 as a Dolphin. And then I'm just thinking about the money that they were making back then, man. Think he got $1 million contract and he was making like $395,000 a year or something of that magnitude. But now you see these guys signing bonuses like
Oh,
20,
that's
30
chump
million
change to what they
dollars.
making today. He
Yeah.
wore number 18 at Florida. According to this, he wore number 18 from 1985 to 1988.
Malachi Lawrence at USCF, the edge rusher. Yeah. Dallas Cowboys picked up edge rusher.
Edge rusher.
Yeah.
Where
6'3" from UCF, 6'4",
UCF.
320 53 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fast though. He's running a 4.5 40. That's pretty damn fast.
That is very fast
That's
for a defense,
smoking for an edge rusher, man.
for sure. He must be long and lanky
He
and don't
is.
have a lot of bulk on him.
Yeah, he is.
That's awesome to see this young man and his family celebrating. My most memorable pick was when Don Shula picked Jackie Ship, man, out of Oklahoma. I almost had a heart attack when that happened because I mean Miami had just they had these unconventional picks back then. You know, they one year they picked Boston College's John Bosa. You remember John Bosa, right? Joey
Mm-hmm.
Bosa and Nick Bosa's father
Yeah.
came out of Boston College as a linebacker, and then he picked Jackie Ship. Jackie Ship never cracked the starting lineup at all. He was on kickoff team. I remember when they put him on because they would always put most players like that on the kickoff team to see how well they
You
played.
sleeping on a freaking Cowboy trying to build up a defense, man.
They are building them a defense because this kid Malachi Lawrence can play 72 tackles, 20
Yeah,
sacks.
I'm telling you, the Cowboys trying to build them a defense.
Oh, they ain't trying. They doing it. Jerry making some good sense tonight.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who's in his ear,
Dollars and
but damn, he
cents.
got some good picks so far.
And see, they get these kids at a kind of a bargain rate for that rookie contract, that 5-year
That's
contract.
why he's trying to load up.
Yeah.
That's why he's loading up while he can.
So it looks like Cleveland is up next.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get some help to be able to block for Shador.
Yeah.
Shador end up starting whoever quarterbacks the Browns because I'm not 100% whether Shador will be the starter, but worst case scenario, Todd Monken, the new coach for the Cleveland Browns, they need to be building around that line. They don't need defense; they need offense. I mean, because you got Myles Garrett and them Rough Riders over on that defense. I don't think they hurting over there, but on that offense, they need to build that offensive line and protect the quarterback for sure.
Yeah.
So Chicago Browns pick is coming up, and then you got Chicago, Buffalo, San Francisco, Houston, KC, Miami, New England, and Seattle. Seattle picks last because they're a Super Bowl winner, of course. So when are we gonna go to Kunktown again?
When you get where the hell that came from,
I
man?
don't know. It came out of left field. And you know what? What made me mention Kunktown is I was watching one of our earlier shows from last year, and we talked about Kunktown. So I said, you know what?
Whenever,
I'll bring
whenever,
that up.
whenever you come to the Marlins game when they play the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'll be down there for one of them games for sure. We still have a long season for baseball, so I'll be down
Yeah.
there for sure for that. I'm gonna pour me some more protein here so I can have a protein smoothie. I got all of my stuff right around me. What I do is I create my smoothies and I put fresh fruits in it and put almond milk with no sugar in it.
Yeah. So yeah, man. When you get here for the Marlins Dodgers game, we'll head down there.
Absolutely.
Relo told me they changed the name. They partner with somebody.
They changed the name to what?
They partner with somebody, so they got
Oh,
some other company and they're doing some other foods and stuff.
right. So getting back to this draft, which pick shocked you the most?
I'm shocked that Dallas getting them picked several times. I didn't know they had this pick. I mean, the ones
Well,
that's
I think Green Bay
I'm
had to give
happy
up some
is
picks
for
to him
the
for Micah Parsons. Remember, they traded
yeah
him away, and
but
Dallas was
I'm
able to
happy
get some
so much
value
for
out of
Bain
that.
though. That Bain pick is the best one I was waiting for. I was really waiting on that Bain pick.
Yes. And by the way, there Reuben Bain Jr. is the cousin of Talbot Bain, who used to play defensive back for the
Yeah,
University of Miami.
they had his family on here earlier.
So, do you think teams like the Browns can come up from the year that they
They just
had
picked a
last year?
receiver. The
So
Cleveland
here's
Browns just
Andrew
picked a
Berry,
receiver
who's
from
the
Texas A&M,
mm-hmm.
Casey Concepcion.
Casey Concepcion. He's a great receiver. He'll be a good fit for if Shador ends up starting. He'll be a good target to throw to. Miami was able to keep him in check when they played Texas A&M in that playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not in the
trying to
green
see what
room.
he
He's
ran in a
staying
40.
home. I'll look it up really quick.
He had 285 receptions. That's pretty good, and
Oh, he was a number
354
one
yards.
target. He was a
Yeah.
main target. They say he didn't run an official 40-yard dash at the combine.
Yeah.
But he demonstrated quick acceleration of up to 18 miles per
Well,
hour.
they showing the connection of what he'll do when he have his moment with Shador Sanders on here now.
Oh,
That will,
he's got some really he's got burners now. I mean, with the way he's running here on this highlight.
mm-hmm.
I mean, his acceleration speed is really good.
So the Bears is up next. You know what? I ain't see the Vikings pick yet, man.
The Vikings did pick earlier.
Who do they get?
I want to say they got a lineman. The Minnesota Vikings ended up picking a lineman. I believe a defensive lineman. Let me look it up.
Yeah, because I was thinking, thought they was going to show their war room with Flores in there.
They panned to their war room. I didn't see Flores sitting in there, but yeah, we're almost to the end now. I mean, we're getting close. Looking at the Vikings, Caleb Banks, defensive line out of Florida. They drafted, and he's a big. This dude can play. He can run. He's 6'6", 327 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a broken foot, and he re-injured it at the combine. But he's very talented, according to this.
He injured his foot at the combine.
Well, no, he re-injured it at the combine.
Oh,
He
okay.
he, he missed much of the last fall with a broken foot, and then he aggravated it, I guess, at the combine. But he'll fit perfectly into Brian Flores' defense for sure, especially when he's back to 100% with his health, with his foot. So, do you see any chance of any of these players ended up being a bust? Because I saw something on Jamarcus Russell last week, and he's pretty upset that people keep calling him a bust. You remember Jamarcus Russell, QB, right, for the Raiders?
Yeah. No, not necessarily, because most of the time you can't tell until they hit the field. You can't dictate whether they're going to be a bust or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of these guys, especially the ones who got picked in the first round, they're worthy of it, and I think they can play in the NFL.
Right.
If it's the ones that come out early and they get picked in the third and fourth round, then they could
Mm-hmm.
potentially be a bust. But the ones that's getting picked in the first round, I can't imagine any of them being a bust. You
Right.
know, you thinking about the lineman who played for the University of Miami and for 300 and something odd pounds, and for him to be a bust, shoot, I can't see that. I couldn't imagine that. Yep. So I think so. Every last one of them going to work out. The Bears picking now.